Doris Lessing. Doris May CH OMG, born October 22, 1919, died November 17, 2013, was a British-Zimbabwean novelist. She was born to British parents in Iran, where she lived until 1925. Her family then moved to southern Rhodesia, now Zimbabwe, where she remained until moving in 1949 to London, England. Her novels include The Grass is Singing 1950, the sequence of 5 novels collectively called Children of Violence, 1952 to 1969, The Golden Notebook, 1962, The Good Terrorist, 1985, and 5 novels collectively known as Canopus and Argos, Archives, 1979 to 1983. Lessing was awarded the 2007 Nobel Prize in Literature. In awarding the prize, the Swedish Academy described her as that epicist of the female experience, who with skepticism, fire and visionary power has subjected a divided civilization to scrutiny. Lessing was the oldest person ever to receive the Nobel Prize in Literature, at age 87. In 2001, Lessing was awarded the David Cohen Prize for a lifetime's achievement in British literature. In 2008, The Times ranked her 5th on a list of the 50 greatest British writers since 1945. At the age of 15, Lessing began to sell her stories to magazines. Her first novel, The Grass is Singing, was published in 1950. The work that gained her international attention, The Golden Notebook, was published in 1962. By the time of her death, she had published more than 50 novels, some under a pseudonym. In 1982, Lessing wrote 2 novels under the literary pseudonym Jane Summers to show the difficulty new authors face in trying to get their work printed. The novels were rejected by Lessing's UK publisher, but later accepted by another English publisher, Michael Joseph, and in the US by Alfred A. Knopf. The Diary of a Good Neighbor was published in Britain and the US in 1983, and If the Old Could in both countries in 1984, both as written by Jane Summers. In 1984, both novels were republished in both countries, Viking Books publishing in the US, this time under one cover, with the title The Diaries of Jane Summers, The Diary of a Good Neighbor and If the Old Could, listing Doris Lessing as author. Lessing declined a damehood, DB, in 1992 as an honor linked to a non-existent empire. She had previously declined an OB in 1977. Later, she accepted appointment as a Companion of Honor at the end of 1999 for conspicuous national service. She was also made a Companion of Literature by the Royal Society of Literature. In 2007, Lessing was awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature. She received the prize at the age of 88 years 52 days, making her the oldest winner of the Literature Prize at the time of the award and the 3rd oldest Nobel laureate in any category, after Leonid Hurwicz and Raymond Davis Jr. She was also only the 11th woman to be awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature by the Swedish Academy in its 106-year history. In 2017, just 10 years later, her Nobel medal was put up for auction. Previously, only one Nobel medal for literature had been sold at auction, for André Gide in 2016. During the late 1990s, Lessing had a stroke, which stopped her from traveling during her later years. She was still able to attend the theater and opera. She began to focus her mind on death, for example, asking herself if she would have time to finish a new book. She died on November 17, 2013, aged 94, at her home in London, predeceased by her 2 sons, but was survived by her daughter, Jean, who lives in South Africa. The Doris Lessing Society is dedicated to supporting the scholarly study of Lessing's work. The formal structure of the society dates from January 1977, when the first issue of the Doris Lessing newsletter was published. In 2002, the newsletter became the academic journal Doris Lessing Studies. The society also organizes panels at the Modern Languages Association, MLA, annual conventions and has held 2 international conferences in New Orleans in 2004 and Leeds in 2007. Lessing's literary archive is held by the Harry Ransom Humanities Research Center at the University of Texas at Austin. The 45 archival boxes of Lessing's materials at the Ransom Center contain nearly all of her extant manuscripts and typescripts up to 1999. Original material for Lessing's early books is assumed not to exist because she kept none of her early manuscripts. The McFarland Library at the University of Tulsa holds a smaller collection. The University of East Anglia's British Archive for Contemporary Writing holds Doris Lessing's personal archive. A vast collection of professional and personal correspondence, including the Whitehorn Letters, a collection of love letters from the 1940s, written when Lessing was still living in Zimbabwe, then southern Rhodesia. The collection also includes 40 years of personal diaries. Some of the archive remains embargoed during the writing of Lessing's official biography. Thanks for watching HerStory channel. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe our channel.